My name is Tyler Moulard. It is currently 7 p.m. on October 16, 2020. I'm conducting this podcast alone on A Worn Path by Eudora Welty. I'm going to be pointing out the 5 key elements of this short story and also the protagonist and antagonist. So first off, the protagonist would obviously be Miss Phoenix Jackson. She is the one that's taking this worn path to find the medication for her grandson. The antagonist, the first one that came to mind, is the hunter. He does stop her during her travels and threatens her to tell her to go back home because the weather is really bad. So the characters would be Miss Phoenix Jackson, the hunter. There's also her grandson. There is also the nurses, the 2 nurses in the doctor's office, and the doctor that they really don't mention very much of that prescribes the medication. The setting would be December, winter, right before Christmas time, where it's super cold. The weather is really cold. There's snow everywhere, chilly outside, and there's wind going on. The plot would be Miss Phoenix Jackson taking the same path as she always does to get the medication for her grandson. So that's why it's called the Worn Path. She takes this path every single time, no matter the elements, the weather, the terrain, no matter what's going on around her. So the conflict would be, there's a few different ones that I picked out. So I did man versus nature. So it's Miss Jackson against the elements, the terrain, the weather changing constantly, with it being cold and snowy around makes it more difficult to travel. I also chose man versus himself because she does fight with her memory during the whole story. So she forgets a lot of why she got all the way to town to get the medication. She also forgets of what things are and who things are out there. I also chose man versus man because she does come with conflict with the hunter, as far as the hunter threatening her to turn around and go home. The central theme of this story is that Miss Phoenix Jackson is a dedicated and persistent old woman who will push through pretty much anything to get where she needs to get what she needs to get for who she cares for. She's willing to risk herself and her health to get where she gotta go, meaning to get to the town to get that medication for her grandson.